Hello, hello, hello. What is good, everyone? Let's just swap it real quick. Boom. We're here. Appreciate everyone for being here for One Piece chapter 1149, which I cannot believe we're already almost halfway through 1100. That's kind of crazy. But we keep reading, we keep moving, because I have heard nothing about the actual contents of this chapter. However, I know that people are losing their minds. So to say that my expectations aren't high is going to be a bit of an understatement. Like, I know people who were chomping at the bit for this chapter. So for me, I am immensely excited to see what's going to happen, because I don't know what's going to happen. We just saw at the end of the last chapter, Scopper showed up, right? So Scopper, maybe he's going to reveal something crazy. Maybe we're going to learn some of the truths about what the God Knights actually are. That could be pretty cool. Or maybe, I have sung my praises over Sommers as a villain. I find him rather compelling. Maybe we're going to learn something about a past connection between Sommers and Scopper. Many people speculate God Valley, or we're going to get God Valley stuff. I don't know, but I am very, very excited. Sorry, my glasses are somewhat dirty, and they keep, I'm cleaning them, but nothing's happened. But I am very excited. I'm very, very excited. So, bit of my speculation at the moment. I do think, because of all the murmuring I've heard about how good this chapter is, I have my expectations pretty high. So I don't think it's just going to be the typical, this character gets a good moment kind of thing. I think we're going to get a reveal of some kind, which has me excited. I don't know what the reveal is going to be, but I assume there will be a reveal. So that's kind of my thoughts at the moment. Something is going to happen, which is really cool, because we obviously got that. We're at a pretty emotional peak with what's happening right now, with the kids being in danger, and Jarl about to be ready to, submit to the God Knights, and Scopper and Robin coming in clutch to, make sure they don't have to submit, so they can be the brave Elbathian warriors they're supposed to be. But before I get into that, let's just see if we can do the gifted members. I'm not entirely certain. Oh, don't loot. Don't loot. Oh, no. Alright. I may be able to. I can. I have 5 gifted memberships left to send this month. It's almost the end of the month. And it seems we will have another chapter in just a week, which is the start of the next month. So, June starting out hot and heavy with Elbath once again. I got this mug yesterday. Doraemon's sister. Pretty awesome. I saw it pretty cheap. I was like, it's pretty sick. Alright, but let's do the 5 gifted members right now. Shoutouts to, alright, it's going through, John Sherrod on all socials, Joaquin R, Dax Sports, Moonlord, and Golden Xavier. Shouts to you, Lucky 5, for becoming members of the channel for the time to come. Getting the random selection. Also, I love that I'm going to mute this real quick. Let's just pause the music for just a second. Cool. I need to find a way to separate the sound layers, because I can actually hear these sound effects once again. Pretty great. So, sorry about that. Alright, but that should be good. See the chat. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. Yeah, those are my general expectations. Something is going to happen. Something is going to be revealed, and I'm excited. I don't know what it's going to be, but it will be something, at least in my opinion. So, with that, I think I'm ready to get into it. I feel as though this could be a very fun big deal chapter. So I'm excited. And I have it pulled up. We have this amazing color spread. Oh my god. So it's like a maid cafe. Oh, Lilith and Bonnie are here. Pretty awesome. So does that mean they're part of the crew? Is that what I'm saying? Obviously, no. But it is fun that they're there. I like that. They're making the Oma rice kind of stuff. We got Rob and Nami. We got this funny little sheep guy in the background. I like the funny sheep guy in the background. He's cool. We have this weird funny cat guy. Oh, and Usopp and this cat guy are realizing how insane their bill is. That's pretty awesome. I like that. This is cute. This is cute. Let me move this real quick so I can make sure it's still going. Cool, cool. Alright. I'm just going to lower the audio just a bit. Seems a bit high. We'll do that. Okay. So, this is really cute. Chopper's loving his food. Luffy, of course, it's Luffy. Luffy always loves his food. But of course Sanji's here. Sanji is eating this up. But with the and Bonnie has like some kind of, I don't even know what this is. It says rip, so it's supposed to be like rip off, like something like that, because the bill is high. I don't know, but I'm intrigued. Very cute cover spread. Very cute. Okay, we move. One Piece, chapter 1149. Let's go. All right. The chapter is called 1 Second. So, what does that mean? Is it all going to happen in 1 second? Is it going to be a crazy reveal? Is someone going to say 1 second? I don't know. A lot of expectations. All right, Nami and everyone is shook. Jinbei, Robin, Brooke, who's tied up, somehow is screaming as well, which is really funny. And Usopp is absolutely losing his mind. What? Who is that? Oh, because they don't know who Scopper is. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, but Nami does. Because Nami was there with Zoro and Luffy. Okay, duh. Anyway, Sommers is down for the count, seemingly. With a really cool area here. It's like a grassy field. I thought they were still on the branch, but they're in a very grassy area. Very cool. Sommers is screaming in agony. Bleeding out the mouth. You know, stuck on the ground, just suffering. Usopp is shook. It worked on him? How? What did he do? And Scopper. I want to zoom in on this. I want to zoom in on this right now. Scopper, he's looking back kind of in disgust. I'm rusty. Oh my god. Obviously, that's a great way of paralleling him and Rayleigh. Because last time we saw Rayleigh was with Blackbeard, and how Rayleigh said he's getting old. So I do enjoy that a lot. But the rusty obviously implies that he has had an experience with Sommers before with a different outcome. At least to me. But very intriguing. Okay. So, Scopper is like twisting his axe around like a saw blade, kind of like Killer. And ready to attack again with these gorgeous action panels here. Gorgeous action panels. Ready to lock in. But Sommers uses some attack, Thorn Salation, and creates like barriers of thorn walls. Going against Scopper's axe, which, you know, I don't like to just assume. But it looks like some hockey coding is definitely going on with this black lightning flashing. Like, there's definitely some Conqueror's activity. And I know a lot of people are very hesitant to give these kind of terms, but like this is one of the guys, so I just assume it is. And so, okay, I can't really tell what's going on here. It seems like Summers jumped backwards because the impact from this blast was so strong. Mountain Eater, what are you doing in Elbaf? And he's obviously very physically distraught. He's sweating, hand against his chest, he's breathing heavy. So clearly that attack was pretty vicious and unlike the other attacks that we've seen from other characters. Let's not get bogged down with boring questions. Oh, okay, so now Summers is using his Thorn Sword, and we're getting a little conversation with the rest of the Straw Hats. What? You met him at the castle? Oh, they even brought it up, yeah. Yeah, he was totally pushing Luffy and Zoro around. He's the father of a boy at the school named Colin. That old man is? If I didn't mishear, he might be Scopper Gaban. Oh, and then Jinbei comes in. Oh, wait. That Robin's the one who said that. If I didn't mishear, he might be Scopper Gaban. Okay, that makes more sense. And then Jinbei says, he's the left arm of the king of the pirates, the counterpart to Rayleigh. That's really... I like that. I like that a lot. Instead of the wings, they're the arms. That's fun. That's really fun. I like that. What's he doing in the land of the giants? His attacks are doing damage. But how? Oh, we see Chopper still in Saul's hair. I can't move, but I could still help from a distance. Don't do it, Robin. He uses thorns of iron. Your hand-to-hand blows aren't suited for fighting him. Nah, Jinbei. Have faith. Have faith. Have faith, Jinbei. We have an insane double-page spread coming up. I think I might have to do a double-page spread. Okay. So Summers is setting up some kind of two-front attack right now. Thorn Hunt and Crimson Lotus Hell. So we have like thorns coming from the floor and from above with these like tendril-like ones. Watch your step. There's no safe passage. Listen, I'm in a hurry. Come on then. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. I can just tell. And so Scopper's slashing at all the thorn kind of whips going on, and oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so I think I was right. Because Scopper has not just decapitated him, it's like through his entire chest, his shoulders, this is nasty. Okay. Even the weapon itself got sliced in half. That's crazy. That's crazy. And he's about to like get stabbed on the ground, but he uses his axe and flings himself forward like through the ricochet of the attack. Dude, that is insane. So, I'm not going to say he's dead, right? But, like, dude, he got absolutely, like, this is a massacre. He got destroyed. This is probably one of the most, like, graphic attacks we've ever seen in the series. Like, this dude is literally sliced in half. This is crazy. That's crazy. And again, we see, like, the black lightning kind of going on, so maybe that's like the step to causing this permanent damage. This is so interesting. And of course, like, obviously he's bleeding everywhere, obviously. Wow, that was crazy. That was really crazy. Okay, so we're just done with that. I'm coming, Colin. Yeah, go save your son. I love that. And, you know, Nami and Usopp are reacting just like I did. Jinbei's more, you know, chill. How Jinbei usually is. Oh, Jinbei usually is, you know. What? He beat him. Okay. Chopper is now running out of Saul in the, more normal looking deer form. Where are you going, Chopper? Oh, Chopper's running over the thorns. How was he able to slice up a guy who's immortal? That's got to be a crucial secret. Yeah, Chopper at least... Chopper's thinking. Because this is the final step. I've been saying this for a while. Whatever that does is what Luffy's going to have to know before he can step into the final war. It's got to be something like that. Okay. So we have... Who is that? Who is that? There's like a horned giant person here. Picking up the children. What is this? I don't know who that... Maybe I'm supposed to not know. But there's a horned giant person picking up children. Good. Well done. And this is killing him right here. Oh, sorry. The page layout is... There we go. Good. Well done. You have proven yourself obedient. I guess Anj burned down the library. Which is strange, because we're seeing the library not be burned down. This is very bizarre. Maybe it's a different location. But it looks like the library isn't being burnt down. No, I think they are different. Okay. But let's just... Oh, I see it. It's in the background there. On the right side of this panel with the horned giant guy. Okay, so the library's being burnt down. Just wanted to be 100%. You've proven yourself obedient. That's all we needed to see. I'll take care of the other building. And he's readying a burning arrow to keep burning the entirety of stuff. Was that just the school and now the library's about to be burnt? Because the library is the more important part of this entire equation, because that's the thing that houses all the research. The school you could rebuild and it'll be fine, at least to me. I'll take care of the other building. Anj is sobbing. No. Up, there you go. Yep, now it's burning. And the school was burnt first. Now it's the library. Wow, look at it burn. The library. And Robin's all sad. Robin, come on, girl, you got this. Saul's also crying while bloodied and beaten down in thorns. That's a very powerful image there. No, it's not your fault, Chief Jarl. The words of our forefathers, all of our history. And Jarl's even sad because he's like, this is everything to these people, you know? Oh, God. Not back to the sad child. We can't go back. I thought we were already having the... We were already having the baggage. We're going back to the sad child? This is killing him. The fire is burning. Come back, child. Why aren't you happy? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm still alive. I'm sorry that everything's burning because of me. Oh. God. Oda, what is wrong with you? You're a monster. You're just torturing this child. Ugh. This is brutal. I do like this kind of page layout mirroring of this 3 panels here of Robin and Saul. And there's 3 panels here of Gunko and Ronya here. That's very satisfying to me. Very satisfying. It's not your fault, Ronya. Culture, history, children, troops. You don't have any right. Oh, so, okay, Scopper is coming in hot. Gunko is about to get the smoke, so I'm very excited. You don't have the right to take any of these things away. Crewmate of the King of the Pirates. You realize that resistance means the death of these hostages. Oh, it's Mr. Ya. Colin, Mr. Ya is here, huh? He came to save us. Don't speak up, Colin. Don't do... Oh, no! No! Now it's like a direct O'Hara parallel. With the don't tell... Yeah, this is... Oh, this is crazy! Because if they find out that Colin is Scopper's son, he's immediately a higher priority target for them to capture him, use him as leverage. He probably has information about, like, I don't want to say it, but he probably has more information about, like, the One Piece, because his dad was there. Like, that's an immediate, not a primary witness, but a second person at, you know, he could know what it is. That immediately puts him in more danger to the world government. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. Okay. I do like that O'Hara parallel, though. Obviously with Robin and Colin. And it's also like a mother-daughter, father-son. That's really satisfying. And, of course, Burning Tree. Duh. Okay. Came to save us. Don't speak up, Colin. Don't do it. Okay. Okay. Colin. Colin, man. Colin. There's no way he's... No. Dad. That's my dad, everyone. Guess what? He's stronger than anyone. He's gonna save us all. But Gunko didn't know that. Gunko didn't know that. And Scopper, this panel of him is insane. Ah, he could die right now. He could die right now. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay. Gunko just leers right at Colin. Scopper, we have this amazing panel of him with the speed lines. Oh my god. And there's an arrow aimed right at Colin's neck. Dude, he can't. No. No, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Okay. 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 I thought it was going to be way more dramatic. Way more like, okay, this is the end. With this gorgeous panel, though, of Colin sobbing his eyes out, right? And I know that sounds insane that I said it like that, but I really like the panel structure here, because usually in pages like this, Oda has like a character that's the primary focus when they're like being introduced, and that's like a highlight, and there's a bunch of small panels around it. With the giants being so ridiculously huge, he's able to do these really interesting framing things, and I think this panel is really cool for that. So Colin's sobbing his eyes out, and Gunko creates like a arrow blade, like a sword made of arrows. So you don't mind if I kill him? No. That's what I take from your response. And Scopper is running up the arrow. Oh, he could die right now. This is my final chance. There's still time to put out the fire in the library. I could save the children and Elbaf in the process. As long as it's instant. 1 second. 1 second. That's how it comes in. Hang in there, Colin. Give me 1 second. You're a big, strong boy now. Oh, this is gonna be so bad. Alright, Scopper. Lock in, man. You're a big, strong boy now. Colin, we have this very immediate reaction. I feel like something horrible is about to happen. I'm gonna get ready for a double-page spread. I'm gonna get ready for it. Alright. There is no double-page spread. Okay. Scopper's totally gonna die. This is like, the death flag is insane right now. Okay, Dad, I'm a warrior, so beat this creep. Be strong if you get hurt. I'll make sure you survive. A life once lost will never return. That's a very interesting way of phrasing that. A life once lost will never return. What do you mean by that, Gunko? What do you mean by that? That, you know, obviously, that goes to the idea of, like, resurrection, all that kind of stuff, and these characters can kind of resurrect in a way with the healing. This is interesting. Look out, Colin. This is our son, Mr. Ya. He's so adorable and huge. What a gift you've given me, Ripley. My lifelong treasure. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's beautiful. Please be safe, Colin. He's like... It's like when Luffy gets angry. It's literally like the same exact facial expression. Oh, please be safe, Colin. It's Ripley reacting to that. That's great. Oh my god. So she is stabbing him right now. Like right in the neck. I have to put a stop to this before things spiral out of control. This is an insane setup for an attack. We see like clouds circling around him. There's lightning crashing everywhere. The shading is insane on his face. Oh no. 1 second. 1 second. What's about to happen in this 1 second? Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so he just got... Okay. Right through his neck. Oh my god. Brutal imagery. I feel like Oda probably had to do... Oh. Oh, I see. It's black because he's seeing it in the future with the observation hockey. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'll be strong. Oh no, Colin. Scopper's crying. Don't do it. I yield. Oh my god. This is crazy. What's going on here? Oh, I see. This is just Colin's. I thought it was two different panels. It's just Colin still. So Gunko pulls the thing out of Colin's neck, the sword, and it points at Scopper. Scopper thinks to himself, I'm sorry, Elbaf. Feeble, frail thing. Dude, Scopper, it could easily die right now. This is double page spread. Boom. Oh my god! He got lit. Oh, it's like a gun now? I thought it was a sword. But she turns it into a gun and shoots him with arrows. Like, he's fully loaded with it. I'm sorry, Colin. It must have hurt. I'm sorry. So, Scopper is cooked. Scopper falls off of the tree. Is completely just plummeting to his doom. But Chopper comes in. Chopper to save Scopper. I love that. And he also just runs off a cliff right now. Chopper, you probably have a plan. Like, he could turn to the big puffball. That's probably what's going to happen. Or Monster Point. That could be cool. So Colin's crying his eyes out. Obviously, you know, it should make sense. Colin is sobbing. And let's see this. Let's see this here. Dad, Mr. Ya. Father. Okay, so we're getting Gunko having like some whiplash here. Some whiplash here. Yeah, guard point. That's exactly what I think. That's exactly what I think. Chopper saves Scopper. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna even bother. Father, what? What is this memory? Yo! That's crazy! Yo-ho-ho! That's crazy. There's no way. There's no way. Yo-ho. Well, it's my dream to be a pirate, you see. No. No way. There's no way. The resemblance is uncanny. The resemblance is uncanny. The resemblance is uncanny. What? Why is Usopp saying the resemblance is uncanny? I don't know. The resemblance is uncanny. Think of a way to escape. Oh, Brooke is saying the resemblance is uncanny. I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Yeah, okay. The resemblance is uncanny. Oh, pardon me. Brooke. Are you Brooke? And then Gunko gets like some crazy thing happening to her mind. It's like it looks like a psychic attack of something. Like this is probably a weird niche thing, but like in Pokemon, one of them, the 3DS ones, I think it was the one with the Mega Evolutions, Mewtwo has a Mega form, and it does this like psychic attack, and it looks exactly like this. So it's gotta be, that's what I'm thinking. What is taking so long? At this moment, the Holy Land is a sea of fire. The Holy Land is burning. Akainu. Akainu could be attacking the Holy Land. Oh my god. So, oh, Summers is alive. Ow. Great, Emu's talking. Emu is talking right now. What is taking so long? At this moment, the Holy Land is a sea of fire. What happened to her? She looks so scary now. Emu can possess people. We need greater numbers. And so the greater numbers are the kids. This is crazy. So Emu can possess the God Knights. Maybe more. Maybe more people can be possessed by it. Like the Gorosei? Okay. Allow me to show you the dominance of God. What the is going on? Oh my god, my mic peaked. My mic peaked. This is crazy. So you're telling me that not Emu, but Gunko, the eyes are different. The eyes are different. The eyes are different. Because Gunko has obviously the very distinct eyes. Emu is possessing Gunko. Oh, this is insane. This is insane. Allow Mu. It didn't even say allow me. It said allow Mu to show you the dominance of God. Yo, what is about to happen? What is about to happen? You know what the craziest part is? Luffy isn't even here. Luffy is just chilling with Loki, looking engorged on food right now. They're just asleep, probably. Luffy is not even aware of any of this going on. This is crazy, dude. This is crazy. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny because Scopper Gaban, one of the arms of the Pirate King, was just here seconds ago, and Emu couldn't even like just do it sooner. If that happened, Scopper would have been cooked. Like, there's no chance that Scopper would have been like even an iota of mass in this world. Okay, he would have been evaporated, extinguished forever. This is crazy. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so Gunko is Brooke's daughter and now being possessed by Emu. This is crazy. Now people are going to meme that Brooke is a deadbeat dad, by the way. That's immediately the first thing that's going to happen because it's a funny meme. It is. And it will be funny every single time. It will be funny every time it happens. But Gunko is possessed by Emu right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Like, I can't even... What is going to happen next chapter? Like, what is about to happen? That throws a lot of theories out of the bleh. A lot of theories out the water. Which is, I'm very intrigued. That means Gunko is pretty old. That's so interesting. Wow. Okay. Before I get into this emu thing, I just want to see father. So she's like sad and crying. This is probably when she found out her dad like left, or this is crazy. This is crazy. I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around it. Gunko might be a dead body. I like that a lot, Doran Ross. I like that a lot. So you're saying the God Knights. Oh, and that's why Gunko said earlier, a life once lost will never return. Right? And now she's remembering these moments from her life where Brooke was her dad. And I like that even more because Brooke has the revive fruit. A life once lost will never return. He spits in the face of that idea. And that means Gunko's kind of like Sindri, kind of like Kuma, these characters who they shouldn't have these lingering memories of what their lives were, but for some reason they do. This is incredibly interesting. I actually love that dead body idea. I kind of hope all the God Knights are dead people, and that's why like Somers, without question, should be dead, right? There's no debate. Dude got sliced in half like that, and stabbed so many times. He's still kicking. The dead body thing is cool. I really like that. I really like that. I apologize for the lack of chat. What's it called? Chat connections. I just was locking in with the chapter, but hold on. No, but like I feel like, do you guys get what I'm saying with like the emu, not emu, the Gunko. The Gunko is dead. Brooke is dead. The memories live on thing. Like, I feel like that is a good through line. I feel like that's a good through line. Excuse me. This is crazy. This is actually crazy. The Brooke reveal. That's so random. You know, but it's so powerful. It's so powerful that, you know, even without Gunko knowing that Brooke was her father, that she loved Soul King's music, right? And is she gonna put the pieces together that Brooke is Soul King? Because she never said Soul King Brooke, at least from what I'm aware. I think she just said Soul King, right? But maybe she wouldn't even put it together because this dude's a skeleton and not my dad. You know, this is... And the whole chapter had this through line with Scopper and Colin, father and son. And now we're having this through line with Gunko and Brooke. You know, again, the family connections. That's been like a major thing of this whole arc. Like, with Shamrock, with like, there's so much. There's so much. With Harold and Loki and Hyrudine. Like, there's another one. There's so many, like, family connection things going on in this arc, which is really cool. And obviously, like, they did just directly, essentially, do the O'Hara thing again. Like, don't say you're my child. They did that. But Colin didn't didn't put it together. You know, because Colin's a lot more like Luffy, very impulsive, very like, I don't care about the issue. Like, my dad's gonna save the day, but he didn't think about, if he said that, what could happen to him, because his dad's a very famous, you know, guy, but to them, they don't really know that because he's just the old friendly guy, you know. Dragon and Luffy could easily come into this fold as well. Let's see. Yeah, like a mind break. Yeah, PSI mind break, which is super effective is like Pokemon, but I think that's like an Earthbound thing, the PSI stuff. I see a message here from earlier. Revolutionary. Oh, we're talking about, yeah, the Holy Land's on fire is crazy. I'm very intrigued as to what that could be, because the people who are currently interfering with that are like the Blackbeard pirates. You know, they're causing the food shortage stuff. And then the Revs obviously don't want to deal with them. So that's two major factions of the world. I still kind of hope that Akainu flips the script and is like, no, I'm done. You treat me like crap. I'm doing my own thing. The Marines are mine, not yours. Like, that would be crazy. That would be really crazy. But especially because that could be the reason why Shamrock was brought back. Like, if we cut away from Emu doing something, I'm going to be like, what's going on? What's happening right now? Which will be cool. Also, Emu's talking again. That's a great sign for me. Emu, whenever this dude talks, the world stops. It's like, okay, we're now in like ultra serious, like, it's time. It's time for real stuff to happen. Real stuff's about to go down. And, you know, a lot of people, and you might have heard some creators talk about this. I've been in conversations with creators that have talked about how Elbaf needs that moment of like, okay, we need a good villain. And, you know, this is obviously not... people did say that, like, Shamrock, we like him because he's related to Shanks. He has a good presence in the story. But Somers, killing him, and Gunko didn't fit that level. That is out the window. That villain argument is dead, right? Emu is here. The end game villain of One Piece, outside of Blackbeard, is Emu. One of the two big dogs of the whole story is here right now. The Elbaf has no good villain argument is dead in the water. It's as dead as Eustace Kid was when he was about to step onto Elbaf. It's not... gone. Gone. Now, here's what I'm thinking. This Gunko stuff immediately, like, Gunko being a villain is over. It's over now, you know, because Gunko immediately gets redeemed in some way just by being related to Brook. It's really that simple. So that's going to be a major plot line going forward. Brook and Gunko. Now, how far is it going to go? What I'm kind of thinking personally is, like, if what's it called? I feel as though, like, the reason that this is gonna be a thing is because it's a very easy way to parallel Brook and Laboon's connection. You know, we have this long lost memory from the past, and I promise to be back for them. It could easily be that. I think it would be really cool. I think what kind of leaning towards right now, at least, is like at the end of One Piece, when we think about like characters' whole story arcs, where are they gonna go? And I think it would be kind of poetic if Brook, you know, he did just have like, because Brook can't die, you know, at least from what I assume. If Brook can die, that's crazy because he got revived. It would be kind of beautiful in a way, because a lot of people have this theory like, oh, One Piece is gonna end and Brook is the narrator, or Brook is the one who told the story to like a younger generation. It would be kind of beautiful in a way if Brook was never truly alone again, because Laboon eventually will die, whales die, but if he had a, you know, Gunko, his daughter, and she died as well, but they're together, so he's never truly alone again. I think that's kind of beautiful in a way, you know, because he would eventually get lonely again. Like all of his friends, his crewmates, they all die again. He's alone again. Having a plot line like this is kind of beautiful, you know? He's never truly alone again, even though it is a very morbid concept with his daughter being a zombie, essentially. I mean, he's a skeleton. Why would that be a big deal? So, I don't know. I kind of like that. Excuse me. Some other stuff I wanted to talk about immediately. That entire scene with Scopper and Colin, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Seeing this man who's like supposed to be one of the strongest in the whole world, you know? If he's so strong, how come he's not able to protect the people he's supposed to? You know, that's a very real thing. I feel like a lot of people build up, like, I have to protect these people. And especially with this character, who we could say is, like, undisputably one of the strongest in the whole series, right? We could just assume that baseline. Like, we've been waiting to meet this guy for 1,100 chapters. He's a big deal. And seeing that his son is in danger because of him, that's probably going to destroy him. And so when he sees that future sight of his son dying, he immediately, no. And he puts it all on the line just for his son to not be sort of cursed by this relation to him, just like Olvia did with Robin. So I thoroughly love that. I am a bit bewildered, I guess is the word I'll say. After Scopper delivered one of the most vicious attacks we've ever seen in One Piece, that Summers is just alive is kind of crazy. I don't know how to feel about that. I do think it's interesting. Again, if they're like dead bodies, zombies, that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. But I feel as though it feels like it feels a bit counterintuitive. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Don't get me wrong. Because Summers, he was a very solid villain. He's still going to be around, I assume, but he was a very solid villain. And Scopper delivered some crazy cool stuff. And then his stuff with Gunko was really powerful. So, this was, by the way, this is a 10 out of 10 chapter. Emu talked. Emu's here. That's all that matters. And the stuff with Ronya was depressing. The stuff with Colin was insane. This is probably one of the most brutal One Piece chapters we've ever seen. Like, context-wise, there's a girl telling herself, oh, the world would be better if I was dead. That's horrific. This is horrific stuff that's happening right here. So, insane. Great chapter. Great chapter. This was worth the hype. This was worth the hype. You know, I'm so happy I didn't know any of that going forward. I did kind of say at the beginning, I assume that there's going to be some kind of God Knight reveal of some kind, and there definitely was, but it was like a 1-2 punch, you know? Oh my god, Brook has a daughter? Oh my god, Gunko is Brook's daughter? Oh my god, Gunko might be dead now? There's no connection ever? Like, that would be insane. If Gunko's memories were just erased immediately because of Emu kind of going into their body. And that whole thing at the end here, allow Mu to show you the dominance of God. What is about to happen? Gunko is turning into like one of those lamps with the lightning on the glass ball. That's what Gunko's looking right now. Like, I wouldn't even be shocked if those dream creatures just start being erased from existence by this lightning touching it. There's so much potential here for like stuff to come with Emu. So I'm immensely intrigued. This is gonna be so crazy, man. I'm pretty stun locked right now. I'm just thinking about like what is gonna happen. 7 days. 7 days. What is about to happen? Emu? And if not Emu, are we going to Marie Joie? We're gonna see the whole Holy Land being burnt to a crisp. This is something I would have loved to see. And now we might see it. And the Straw Hats aren't even there. Like, you know what I would love? You know what I would love? If we mentioned the people who could be at the Holy Land, right? The Revs, the Blackbeard Pirates. I mentioned Akainu. You know, people probably don't want that to happen, but I do. I think if this is the moment where Kuzan and Akainu kind of meet once again, that would be crazy. Like, just think about the potential of that. They're on completely opposite sides now, and we haven't seen them in the same location since their fight to be the Fleet Admiral. And now, if my theory about Akainu kind of stepping away from the, you know, the elders and everything comes to be, they're both doing their own paths. Neither of them are following the Fleet Admiral path of being under the Celestial Dragon's thumb. That'd be crazy. That'd be so crazy. I don't know. There's a lot racking through my brain right now. This is a great chapter, though. I genuinely feel like this is definitely one of the best Elbaf chapters. Because of the emotion, the fight, the reveals. Like, there's so much here. And I don't even know where it's going to go next. We got option A, Emu. Option B, Marie Joie burns to the ground. These are both phenomenal options. I have no qualms with either of these happening. I'd actually be ecstatic if either of these happened. I'd be over the moon. So, I don't know. I don't know. Gets you hyped for what's to come. This was needed. Yeah, for real. And, like, the last chapter, if I am correct, was the Ronya chapter, right? It was. That was a pretty good chapter as well. Very emotional gut punch chapter. And we got that gorgeous fight with Robin and Summers. Like, that was a pretty good chapter. And then Scopper came at the end. This was great. This was great. Elbaf is on the upswing once again. Once again, Elbaf is we're heading back up. So, all right. I mentioned, you know, I'm very fond of this chapter. What are you guys thinking in the chat? Like, out of 10. Always. Oh, I can do a poll. I can interact with you all. Let me do a poll real quick. Hold up. Part of poll. Start a poll. Thoughts. Oh, I can't type. Do you know you know who I can't wait to talk to about this? Because the reason I got really excited was I know King Recon, he did his stream. And of course, Shouts to King Recon. And he put out an afterthoughts the second that chapter was done. The second it was over. I'm like, what is gonna happen? And then he made another video talking about, I can't stop thinking about this chapter. And I'm like, okay, something's gotta happen. Because, for context, right? I have this channel here, my One Piece rambling channel. But I also have like a channel just for not One Piece stuff, because I do like to keep myself very spoiler free. So I try to just make that not One Piece related content. But King Recon doesn't really post anything that has spoilers in the thumbnails, or anything that could allude to what happens in said chapter, right? So he was the only person I saw prior to the chapter releasing, where I was like, okay, what's about to happen right now? And, obviously, he's the embodiment of hype in our community. So I was especially intrigued. Alright. Alright, I just did a poll right there. A poll is on its way. Wow, it's so funny that's in the chat right there. Yeah, I was especially excited. What does it mean? What are the Gods Knights? Are the Gods Knights alive? Are they zombies? Are they people who were died and resurrected? A la Sindri, Kuma. Like, Kuma's not even resurrected. But there's that lingering soul, that lingering feeling. You know what I mean? There's something there that keeps you tied to this world. And that's got to be people remembering who you are. Maybe the only reason that Gunko got this memory is because at this exact same time, Brook has this memory. The resemblance is uncanny. Maybe, shouts to Hero Look, when does a man truly die? When he's forgotten. Maybe Gunko is getting some of these real memories back to her because she was remembered by Brook. Like, that would be really cool. That'd be really interesting. That's at least what I'm thinking right now. And that's just one of the thoughts. Like, that's completely removing that she's his daughter. That's completely removing that she was just possessed by Emu. There's just so much, like, so much here. There's so much. I can't believe, like, because there were so many theories. Oh, is Gunko Revolutionary Army? Is Gunko Koala's sister? Is Gunko Law's sister? Brook's daughter? That was never even, like, a thing on the dartboard. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. We got a very resounding 10 on the poll. I love that. I love that. Whoa. Very resounding 10 out of 10 for this chapter. And I mean, this panel alone of Gunko possessing Emu, insane. I literally cannot believe that this is a thing I'm looking at. This is some fan fiction stuff I'm looking at right now. Genuine fan fiction. Like, I'm stunned. I'm stun locked here. Yo, what's good, Edens? Appreciate your stopping by. I'm stunned. Dude, Scopper seeing Colin get stabbed in the neck and then getting shot off a cliff is crazy. I'm sorry, Elbaf. He's crying. He's crying and sobbing because he sees this horrific, like, imagery here. It's not even imagery. I'm thinking Gunko was maybe a princess of the kingdom Brook said he used to serve at the end of Thriller Bark. Can you please tell me what you mean by that? Like, I'm not even trying to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's just like, I don't even know where that's even being pulled from. Brook used to serve a princess of a kingdom? When was this a thing? I watched Thriller Bark, which means it was longer. Like, I watched it. I don't remember that at all. I think Brook was supposed to guard Gunko at some point, but was taken away. Brook was a father-like figure, which is who Gunko found her family in a way. Wait, what? Brook was a father-like figure for Gunko. I get that. Who Gunko found her family in a way. Oh, Gunko found her family in a way because... So, okay, I get it now. Good enough. Brook said he used to be part of a convoy of a certain kingdom. This is insane. When was this a thing? Like, I'm not even trying to, like, troll or, you know, be like, I don't know. Like, I just don't remember this at all. Like, I genuinely have zero memory of this at all. Can you give me, like, a chapter, like, a number? Like, a range? Like, I genuinely have zero memory of this whatsoever. Was this at, like, the scene with him playing the piano? You say the end of Thriller Bark, so I'm like... Like, I'm genuinely, like, lost. Yeah, if you guys could give me, like, a chapter title, definitely let me know. The last chapter of Thriller Bark. Okay. $4.89. We will see. $4.89. Okay. I have to look this up right now because I'm genuinely perplexed at this entire, like, $4.89. When he bows to Luffy. Okay. Playing the song. Playing the song. Glad I'm alive. Okay, he's bowing to Luffy. There's a great video about it by Dawn of the World. Yeah, shouts to Dawn of the World. Hope they're doing well. I talk to them quite a bit. Okay. Laboon. Okay. Okay. Take a look at this. A wanted poster? You have a bounty? Forgive me for not mentioning this earlier. I am known as Dead Bones Brook. I am notorious. My nickname is Humming Brook. I have a bounty of 33 million berries. Long ago, I was the convoy leader of a battle fleet for a kingdom. Later, I became the captain of the Rumbar Pirates. He was the captain of the pirates? That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Long ago, I was the convoy leader for the battle fleet for a kingdom. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna... Let me check something really quickly. 489. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so he says this. All right, he says this instead in the viz here. I'm sorry I didn't introduce myself sooner. I'm Deadbones Brook. I'm a wanted man. My nickname is Humming Swordsman Brook. I have a bounty of 33 million berries on my head. Long ago, I was the leader of a battle convoy in a certain kingdom. Okay. So we're speculating that the certain kingdom is this West Blue Kingdom. And that Gunko was a person in this kingdom who was important. I can see that because of this, like, yeah, well, it's my dream to be a pirate, you see. That implies that he's not a pirate yet. So that's where you're getting the battle fleet for the kingdom thing. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe that kingdom was wiped out. Maybe, okay, now I'm cooking. Guys, what if the kingdom is God Valley? And that could explain how it all ties full circle. No, it's gotta be God Valley. Oh, that would be cinema. That would be amazing. If Gunko was the princess of God Valley and then everything went to just crap. Everything went to crap. Like, maybe her, like, sobbing here for her father is, like, it's not literally Brooke, because she clearly looks much older than that one than with Brooke. Like, that's crazy. God Valley? And people speculate that Thriller Bark is God Valley. No, it's gotta be, no. Nah, not like this. I'm liking. No. Brooke being on God Valley during the God Valley incident is irrelevant. Because at that point, Brooke would have already been a pirate. He would have already probably been in that triangle, you know, the Florian Triangle. He probably would have been there. Like, timeline-wise, I don't think God Valley makes sense. Unless it was a different incident. No. Hear me out. Brooke would have... God Valley could have existed for hundreds and hundreds of years before that incident happened. It could have just been an island that existed, right? Doesn't need to be some kind of kingdom or whatever. Like, that's a recent thing. Could have just been a location. If we're speculating that Gunko is the princess of something, and Brooke is related to it somewhat, I feel like God Valley just makes sense. Because then that kingdom would have been taken over, they would have killed all the people there, and Brooke doesn't have to be there. Because God Valley happened when Brooke was already a pirate. Because Brooke mentioned, oh, Roger was like an upstart when he was a pirate. So he's old. Like, Brooke has no connection to God Valley whatsoever. Like, him physically being there, it doesn't make sense. He doesn't need to be there. But if he was there before all this stuff that happened, that's what I'm kind of getting at here. That could be crazy. That could be crazy. And that would make, you know, obviously, people assume that God Valley is Thriller Bark, because both of them are like West Blue connected, Death connected, you know, and Death connected, Brooke, man's a skeleton, you know. But was it Brooke in the Triangle for 50 years, so he wouldn't have been aware of it, right? Maybe. I don't know. Like, Brooke being at God Valley previous to the God Valley incident has no missing links for me of the God Valley incident happening in the first place. because Brook is old. Brook's like 90 something, if I remember correctly. Brook, One Piece age. He's literally 90 years old. That insane pull. Insane pull. 90 years. The latest thing that people talk about in One Piece is the 50 years ago. That's the thing that always is brought up. And Brook would have already been 40 during the 50 years ago. Brook was probably... Hold on. Let's see. Brook, One Piece age. He was 38 when he died. He was already dead by the time that God Valley even happened. Brook probably genuinely has no idea what God Valley is, the incident, anything. He probably genuinely has no idea. So that's a perfect, convenient amount of time. Because would he have heard about God Valley in the last 2 years when nobody has ever brought it up? Probably not, especially if it's this like hush-hush thing that people don't really talk about. Like the Rocks Pirates. This is crazy. I don't know. I'm just thinking about the God Valley thing more. It's like, I feel like God Valley has to be it. Like, because God Valley is probably the most important West Blue location we know. I can't think of others off the top of my head, but like, because of how important Oda has placed this location in the entire thing, I feel like it's got to be something like that. Because it could... Why would it just be a random West Blue place that Brook was connected to? We're so late in the game that I feel like it wouldn't, you know? And I know a lot of people do get kind of annoyed. Like, oh, why does Oda have to connect everything to everything? I don't know. Doran Ross, you say, it's odd that Brook has never wanted to go back to his home kingdom. I feel like this quote here doesn't necessarily imply that this kingdom is his home. Shanks' hometown? Yeah, but we don't know anything about that place. God Valley is like a place we know. Shanks' hometown, we don't even know the name of it. You know, that could be something that's important, but it's not a location we know of. I mean, Shanks being from the West Blue could just be God Valley again, because he was in the chest in God Valley. Like, we know Shanks is from Marijois. We know this. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe Shanks says he's from the West Blue, because O'Hara is actually more important. Maybe Shanks says he's from the West Blue because that's where Roger found Shanks at God Valley in the chest. Like that is God Valley. Shanks' hometown probably isn't a hometown because Shanks was born on a ship. You know, because he was either in Marijois, then dumped in that chest, and then Roger found him. Like, that's so funny, actually. Okay. I can get behind the God Valley idea since both are in the West Blue. It's the timeline part that throws me off. Can you explain how the timeline part throws you off? Like, now I'm like, I feel like I'm understanding it, but maybe I'm just not expressing it the right way. Because... That's a funny art. Because what I'm getting at is that maybe I'm just misinterpreting what God Valley even was. But was it not just a kingdom that existed and they took it over and made all the people kill each other? Was that not it? Or did it become that like vacation hotspot at that point? Didn't he tell Buggy he was going back home after Roger's death? Honestly, maybe. I don't remember him saying that. I remember him saying that he was going to be a pirate, but not go after the One Piece. That's what I remember. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. That's what I remember. Yeah, it was a kingdom. Okay, so it was like, yeah. So what I'm saying is, Brook was in this God Valley military convoy thing before he leaves to be a pirate. At this pirate time, it was before the God Valley incident, right? And when he was in that Florian Triangle place, he was 38 years old. Distinctly before God Valley happened. That is the most important part of all of that. God Valley happened 2 years after Brook died, right? And we don't know how long his soul was floating around in that triangle, but clearly it was a while because he turned into a complete skeleton. Had he found it immediately, he would have been normal looking. So, Brook then floats in this triangle for 50 years, right? He has no idea of anything on the outside world for 50 years. Now, Oda could have easily mentioned something, like he wants to go back home, but that wasn't the inherent point of the character when Oda was creating it. At least, he didn't think so, because he's now adding this new fold into Brook's character with him and this connection with Gunko, right? Now, this could easily be Oda putting that little blip, this little single panel, single dialogue thing. I was the leader of a battle convoy in a certain kingdom. That could easily be what Oda's folding in, which I think we all agree is the case. No, I never said this happened while Brook was alive. I have never said that. That is the reason that I think this is even possible in the first place. If Brook was alive on God Valley, this would make no sense whatsoever. But I mentioned earlier that Brook considered people like Roger an upstart. We know that Roger was one of the most important people on God Valley. So, yeah, no, there's no chance that Brook would have been on God Valley incident. But I'm saying Brook would have been on the island of God Valley. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, Garland kills the king. I got a minus score at the start. The Celestial Dragons did the hunting on the population along with some slaves brought like. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That is true. Because killing him literally says emu. That is a great point. So that makes it probably like 15 people who know emu exists. Almost 20 at this point. What do you mean Brook is like 53 then? What do you... 38 years ago. Okay. 38 years ago. Yeah, he would have been like 52, 53 years old. Okay. Yeah. And which would mean he'd already been in the triangle for like 15 years. Like, that's how old he is. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. Yeah. This is wild. This is wild. I'm so intrigued on what's going to happen. Are we going to Marie Joie? Are we going to... Huh. You know, I never noticed this before. But on this cover of the One Piece volumes, this one has like a flaming skull. That's kind of cool. I wonder why. I like that. I wonder why. But, there's just so much here. God, the emo stuff's gonna be so crazy. I can't even imagine what's gonna happen there. Regardless, next week will be a banger. We either get emu or Marie Joie. One of the two. And I think it's going to be great. So, that's going to be it for me. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. I will probably be live tomorrow because I have off tomorrow. So, I will probably be live tomorrow doing something. I don't really know, but something. Probably be losing my mind over this chapter and other miscellaneous things. So stay tuned for that. But with that, I want to give some little updates. As you might have seen, I've started doing shorts uploads once again. Because I want to get back into the loop of creative stuff. It gives me that push to keep doing stuff. It's like, look, if I just keep doing it, one, I get to have this creative outlet, which is always great. But two, it keeps me in the loop, and it gives me something to talk about, whether it's this or that or whatever. So yeah, gonna get back at the shorts grind set as well. But I am very appreciative of all of you for coming here for this great chapter. So thank you so much for coming.